Leave Tom alone.
Tom called Mary.
Tom called Mary.
Tom can swim.
Tom can swim.
Tom didn't mean it.
Tom didn't mean it.
Tom eats a lot.
Tom eats a lot.
Tom gave up hope.
Tom gave up hope.
Tom is bald.
Tom is bald.
Tom is divorced.
Tom is divorced.
Tom threatened me.
Tom threatened me.
Tom told Mary.
Tom told Mary.
Tom told us.
Tom told us.
Tom tried.
Tom tried.
Tom trusted me.
Tom trusted me.
Tom walks.
Tom walks.
Tom wants Mary.
Tom wants Mary.
Tom wants money.
Tom wants money.
Tom wants that.
Tom wants that.
Tom was better.
Tom was better.
Tom was dirty.
Tom was dirty.
Tom was fun.
Tom was fun.
Tom was hit.
Tom was hit.
Tom was mad.
Tom was mad.
Tom was right.
Tom was right.
Tom was shocked.
Tom was shocked.
Tom was singing.
Tom was singing.
Tom was 30.
Tom was 30.
Working.
Tom was working.
Tom weighed it.
Tom waited.
Tom will help.
Tom will help.
Tom will take it.
Tom will take it.
Tom will win.
Tom will win.
Tom will work.
Tom will work.
Tom won't admit it.
Tom won't admit it.
Tom won't be coming.
Tom won't be coming.
Tom wouldn't know.
Tom wouldn't know.
Tom wouldn't mind.
Tom wouldn't mind.
Tom'll lose.
Tom'll lose.
Tom'll recover.
Tom'll recover.
Tom's awake.
Tom's awake.
Tom's bleeding.
Tom's bleeding.
Tom's dying.
Tom's dying.
Tom's elderly.
Tom's elderly.
Tom's fat.
Tom's fat.
Tom's filthy.
Tom's filthy.
Tom's headstrong.
Tom's headstrong.
Tom's innocent.
Tom's innocent.
Tom's laughing.
Tom's laughing.
Tom's lying.
Tom's lying.
Tom's mad.
Tom's mad.
Tom's mean.
Tom's mean.
Tom's pushy.
Tom's pushy.
Tom's resting.
Tom's resting.
Tom's right.
Tom's right.
Tom's sad.
Tom's sad.
Tom's safe.
Tom's safe.
Tom's screaming.
Tom's screaming.
Tom's sick.
Tom's sick.
Tom's singing.
Tom's singing.
Tom's sleeping.
Tom's sleeping.
Tom's sniffling.
Tom's sniffling.
Tom's snoring.
Tom's snoring.
Tom's strong.
Tom's strong.
Tom's studying.
Tom's studying.
Tom's swimming.
Tom's swimming.
Tom's tough.
Tom's tough.
Tom's wounded.
Tom's wounded.
Tom's wrong.
Tom's wrong.
Wait for Tom.
Wait for Tom.
Was Tom caught?
Was Tom caught?
Was Tom happy?
Was Tom happy?
Was Tom here?
Was Tom here?
We helped Tom.
We helped Tom.
We like Tom.
We liked Tom.
We love Tom.
We love Tom.
We miss Tom.
We miss Tom.
We'll show Tom.
We'll show Tom.
We'll watch Tom.
We'll watch Tom.
We're busy, Tom.
We're busy, Tom.
What did Tom get?
What did Tom get?
What did Tom have?
What did Tom have?
What's Tom got?
What's Tom got?
What's Tom mean?
What's Tom mean?
What's Tom wearing?
What's Tom wearing?
Where's Tom tonight?
Where's Tom tonight?
Who hired Tom?
Who hired Tom?
Write to Tom.
Write to Tom.
You'd like Tom.
You'd like Tom.
You'd love Tom.
You'd love Tom.
You'll see Tom.
You'll see Tom.
Tom ate quickly.
Tom ate quickly.
Tom beat Mary up.
Tom beat Mary up.
Tom can't swim.
Tom can't swim.
Tom felt happy.
Tom felt happy.
Tom felt sick.
Tom felt sick.
Tom has a cold.
Tom has a cold.
Tom hugged Mary. Tom is
hugged
full
Mary.
of hope.
Tom is full of hope.
Tom killed Mary.
Tom killed Mary.
Tom kissed Mary.
Tom kissed Mary.
Tom took something.
Tom took something.
Tom took the job.
Tom took the job.
Tom trusted them.
Tom trusted them.
Tom turned away.
Tom turned away.
Tom understood.
Tom understood.
Tom vanished.
Tom vanished.
Tom waited up.
Tom waited up.
Tom wandered off.
Tom wandered off.
Tom wanted that.
Tom wanted that.
Tom wants this one.
Tom is this one.
Tom was acquitted.
Tom was acquitted.
Tom was asleep.
Tom was asleep.
Tom was big.
Tom was big.
Tom was drunk.
Tom was drunk.
Tom was flattered.
Tom was flattered.
Tom was framed.
Tom was framed.
Tom was good.
Tom was good.
Tom was guilty.
Tom was guilty.
Tom was here.
Tom was here.
Tom was out.
Tom was out.
Tom was quick.
Tom was quick.
Tom was sad.
Tom was sad.
Tom was shy.
Tom was shy.
Tom was sick.
Tom was sick.
Tom was silent.
Tom was silent.
Tom was stabbed.
Tom was stabbed.
Tom was there.
Tom was there.
Tom was upset.
Tom was upset.
Tom wasn't kidding.
Tom wasn't kidding.
Tom wasn't there.
Tom wasn't there.
Tom watched Mary.
Tom watched Mary.
Tom waved.
Tom waved.
Tom went away.
Tom went away.
Tom went hiking.
Tom went hiking.
Tom went home.
Tom went home.
Tom went out.
Tom went out.
Tom went west.
Tom went west.
Tom will accept.
Tom will accept.
Tom will cook.
Tom will cook.
Tom will follow.
Tom will follow.
Tom will go.
Tom will go.
Tom will help you.
Tom will help you.
Tom will listen.
Tom will listen.
Tom will love it.
Tom will love it.
Tom will perk up.
Tom will
Tom will
perk up.
stay.
Tom will stay.
Tom will talk.
Tom will talk.
Tom will wait.
Tom will wait.
Tom will walk.
Tom will walk.
Tom won't allow it.
Tom won't allow it.
Tom won't get in.
Tom won't get in.
Tom won't like that.
Tom won't like that.
Tom won't stay.
Tom won't stay.
Tom works there.
Tom works there.
Tom would cry.
Tom will cry.
Tom wouldn't quit.
Tom wouldn't quit.
Tom wouldn't run.
Tom wouldn't run.
Tom'll manage.
Tom will manage.
Tom'll remember.
Tom will remember.
Tom's alert.
Tom's alert.